Hey folks, Michael here, and I'm going to be walking you through the process of staking your BitShares BTS tokens or your brownie points from the BitShares network over to BeOS. This process will allow you to participate in the rainfall period that is taking place starting on April 9th. Now, I'm just going to go through a bunch of stuff. I'll probably just give you a quick tour here, and yeah, we'll just kind of get started. So first of all, this is the website, beos.world. So just go to that website, and you'll see everything I'm looking at right now. I highly suggest that you enter your name and your email address right here, so you can receive emails regarding the BeOS rainfall, the BeOS blockchain, and anything regarding that topic. If you scroll down, kind of go over a few things. I'm going to go ahead and close that up. We talk about what it is we are doing when it comes down to the BeOS project, what we are working on for hopefully future aspects of the BeOS blockchain, maybe some future features of the chain, and some of those features are right here. So we're looking at token portability, which allows tokens to move from the BTS chain to the BeOS chain to the EOS chain, and vice versa. Jurisdictional agility, which is something that we are working on right now. It's going to take some time if it ever happens. Hopefully we do complete that part of it, because it is one of those parts that we are pretty keen about. And then, of course, reliable governance, in that the chain is governed in a way that we see as being, I suppose, reliable, able to get things done from a legal perspective when it comes to business, and just I think some of the lessons that we've learned over the years when we've seen some of the governance of chains throughout the ecosystem. If you have questions about what BeOS is, you can just scroll down here. We kind of go through some of this. And of course, this is not an ICO. I'll let you know that right now. It doesn't cost you anything other than a one-time registration fee for each account name that you create on BeOS network. So that's the only fee, really. And of course, there's a BTS network fee when you transmit those tokens to stake them, and those are published on the BitShares website. There is no ICO. There's no investment. There's no investing. We're not building anything. It's built, and just go ahead and read through that. You can follow the directions, and I guess maybe I need to reload this. Let's try it out here. Don't know why it didn't load. Let's see. Oh, there you go. First of all, you must own some BitShares. If you don't own any BitShares, go get some somewhere. That's the only way you're going to be able to participate, unless you are able to acquire or own brownie points. Those are special tokens that were distributed on the BitShares network and are available in the markets on there. You can move your BitShares to the BeOS chain, and then you just wait for the rainfall to happen. It's again 90-day period, and then there's an additional, I believe, 80 or so weeks of additional rainfall in which the RAM for the network will be rainfall upon anybody that is doing a stake. You can read a little bit more about Sovereign Sky project and the white paper there, and how we're trying to introduce jurisdictional agility to the blockchain with that project. And then, of course, there's a disclaimer down here. Some of the businesses that are working with us in a form of partnership or building or working on building on the BeOS network. Of course, there's links to white paper and everything down here, privacy policy, terms of service. I highly urge you to take a look at those things, because they are important. You can always join our Telegram channel right here by just clicking on this link. That is one great place to ask questions, talk about BeOS, and get in touch with us if you need to. Of course, check out our Twitter, and we'll be adding our Steam handles and all that stuff here soon. Okay, so I want to go to the next page here, and you've got directors, in which there's Mr. Stan Larimer. There's some links to some Twitter and LinkedIn. Of course, there's me, and Mr. Paul Martello. We've got Angus McGlynn and Timothy Burke. Just go ahead and read through some of the bios there. Of course, links to them on LinkedIn and otherwise ways to contact them via websites. All right. I'll save the wallet here for just a moment, and I'll go ahead and click on the Explorer. Explorer is going to open up another page or a tab for you. This is going to be our Blockchain Explorer, and if you take a look right now, you can kind of see some of the action that's been going on, if any, on the network. At any given time, you can look at block producers, you can look at the blocks, you can look at any transactions that are occurring on the blockchain. Looks like somebody sent over, did something over there. So, and I'll go ahead and shut that out. It's just, again, the Block Explorer. If you want to go ahead and bookmark that for any reason, feel free. Downloads right here. This is going to be where you're going to grab some wallets. All right, so these are the wallets that you're going to actually be using for BeOS, for the BeOS wallet. So if you have Windows, if you have Mac, or if you have Linux, right there. We'll go over those here in just a few minutes. I'll kind of set this tab to the side. Oh, we got a link to the white paper. So if you guys have any questions about the white paper, come in here. Go ahead and download it and take a look at it. If you have any questions, obviously go to the Telegram channel. You get in touch with us there. Or you can use our contact button here. You can actually contact us by filling out a message here. It gets right to us. Or, of course, you can get in touch on the BeOS Telegram channel. We've got some news on here. We will be adding more news as we go, but this is just a little bit to get you started. And I know you guys are kind of raring to go, but there's one last thing I want to show you here, and it is this member agreement. Now this is the member agreement. I'll show you how to get to it here in just a moment. It's within the wallet that we have, our BitShares based wallet. But this is the member agreement. You really should take a look at this member agreement. It is very important that you understand the agreement that governs the BeOS token and BeOS chain. You just click on the agreement right here. It's going to open up a PDF, and of course you can then scroll through, hopefully here, there you go, a few pages, one of 19, we have 19 pages, of the agreement that governs the BeOS membership. Now what's interesting about BeOS is that it is a non-profit cooperative association. So it is a entity, and it is a non-profit, it is a business, though, and I need you to understand that it does need to be governed. There's certain legal guidelines and things like that. So we did have to form an entity in order to do that, and that's one of the reasons. And then there's a lot of other reasons why I decided to form a limited cooperative association. We can discuss those in the BeOS channel, so feel free to go in there and ask questions about that. But for all intents and purposes, if you want to participate in the rainfall, you just need to adhere to this agreement. Take a look at it, make sure you want to do that. All right. Now that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get started. So you're going to want to get started with the BitShares based wallet that we have adapted for BeOS. You can go to the address right up here. It's bitshareswallet.beos.world. That's the address that you're going to be able to find this wallet at. Now, we have had some questions about whether or not folks could just send directly to the account on the BitShares network that's governing the gateway to, do the BeOS rainfall staking. I think it would be in most people's best interests to just use this wallet because we have built the gateway into this particular iteration of the wallet. You don't have to type in anything in the memos. You don't have to worry about messing up any of the addresses or anything like that. And I'd really rather folks just didn't risk any of their shares being lost. We can't retrieve them, obviously, if anything happens. So just please be aware that you are taking a major risk if you decide that you want to try to do it yourself with a different wallet or anything like that. Dan Notestein and the Block Trades team has been around for a long time. Dan and his team worked on this project for us getting this whole thing together, especially the wallets and everything else. So, if you want to look at the track record there, feel free. I highly suggest you create a new account. You can't always restore your account. You can enter in your keys or use one of your backups to then go ahead and log in. But if you are paranoid or you are worried about any sort of key situation or you don't want to share any of your backups or your keys or anything like that, feel free to create a new BitShares based account for this purpose. So, if I wanted to create a new account, I have already created one, which I'm going to be using in the next step here. But if I did not create one, I could say BeOS 2 or 2. There you go. And I could use the password, and I can confirm the password, and I'll do all that and create the account, and voila, I've got a new account. Okay, so that's about where we're at there. I'm going to now use my already created account to show you the next step. Alright, so I've logged into my account. If you have created a new account, you should come to a screen that looks similar to this. It should be this screen right here. If not, don't worry about it. Don't panic or anything like that. You're still in the right place. Alright, if you want to see a screen like this, just click on this B over here if you want to. You can also click on Dashboard, Exchange, whatever, but the B will get you here. Now, when you want to participate with BeOS, you're going to need to send some BitShares over to BeOS. There is a 500 BTS fee to create a new account name on the BeOS network. Now, people are going to ask about why that is, and we'll go over that here in just a moment. Well, let me show you what this is going to look like. All right. The reason why, and I want to go over this with you explicitly, you're going to want to go to this hamburger menu here and go to Legacy Withdraw, and you'll land right on this page. All right. Now, the reason why we got to go through this is that number one, when you create your account and when you access the gateway here, because here's the other gateways that are on here. These are all the other ones, but the only one that you can really do any of your staking here is BitShares EOS. Okay, this is the one that you can do your staking with, and this is where the gateway's built in. All right, so you'll want to select that one if it's not selected automatically. In order to qualify for the initial BeOS token distribution, a member must join the BeOS LCA. All right, read through this entire thing. It kind of gives you a summary of how the rainfall works. Any member may create one or more BeOS accounts for a one-time fee of 500 BTS for each account on the BeOS network, okay? So you need to make sure that you understand that. As you see right here, I do not have over 500 BTS in this account to pay for the fee. So I need to transfer some in there. You will need to do the same thing if it's a brand new account that has a zero balance. So make sure you transfer enough BeOS to pay for the 500 BTS fee for that account, and then however much extra BTS you want to stake into the BeOS network. Alright, so after you read this, and here's a link to the membership agreement that I just showed you a few minutes ago on the PDF, right there, that's the full agreement, okay? And you'll want to read through the entire thing and make sure you understand it. Ask questions in the chat if you want to. That's why we're giving everybody 7 days notice to move things over, ask questions, and do what they would like to do. Alright, after you do that, you're going to want to click transfer over. Alright, now I don't have enough available in there, so I do need to transfer myself some shares. So what I'm going to do right now real quick is I am going to transfer myself some shares from one of my other accounts. Let's see here. Now you're not going to be able to see that because it's on a different screen. However, it's still going to happen. So I'm going to send to this account, Michael X BeOS. I'm going to send 500 BTS. And just one moment here. Confirm, and you should see how quick my account, boom, there you go. That's one of the things you should really love about BTS is the simple fact that it's so fast, right? If you have not ever used BitShares before and this is the first time you've seen this video, that's how that works. Okay, so I just sent from a different wallet to that wallet, boom, it's there. I can spend it right now, move it over. So that's what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to move over For this account, I'm just going to move over like to BTS, okay? Now, it's going to ask me a couple of questions. The first question is, what do you want your BitShares or your BeOS account name to be? Now, you know, on EOS, they just give you some long random account name. On the BeOS network, we allow you to actually choose your account name. I think, you know, this is actually beneficial for a lot of reasons. You can get a vanity name or a custom name, and it only costs 500 BTS. In comparison, if you go to BitShares and you upgrade to a lifetime account, which reduces your fees whenever you're doing anything on the network, that costs 3,000 BTS. And on EOS, when they option off custom and short name accounts, I've seen them go up, you know, in the thousands of dollars, maybe tens of thousands or more. And they only auction off maybe a couple of them at a time. So this is an opportunity right now for people to really get in there and grab some of the names that they want to, and wallet names on the BeOS network. So consider that. So for instance, you know, we'll go Michael X. Right? Well, that account's already been created because I created it. But this one has not, Michael, right? And maybe I want to have Michael. Right now, I'm going to create one for this name. And I'm going to do one for my daughter. Now, since there's no account on the BeOS network existing with this name, it's going to tell you that you can create it by paying an additional 500 BTS fee. This new account will be controlled with the same keys as your BitShares account. I'm going to agree to that by hitting this, and that's going to now charge me 2 BTS plus the additional 500 BTS fee. If I want to send a memo, I can. This account is for you. So you don't have to write a memo or anything like that. I'm just going to throw this in there, so you know, one day she can see a little memo in there and be kind of cute, cool, whatever. So here we go. 500. I'm going to hit send. It's going to ask me for my password. Now I've got a password already embedded in here because I saved it in my password manager. You know, you'll just put in your account password. And here we go. And the transaction is now complete. That account has now been created. Now, if you do notice this message right here, insufficient funds, a lot of people are thinking that they need to add their 500 BTS to this balance for their account name. So if they were going to stake, you know, 5 BTS, they're doing 505. They may have, you know, 505 in there, but they're not taking into account that they're basically saying stake 505 plus the 500 BTS fee. So that's why it would come up as insufficient funds. Just make sure you understand that, okay? That's it. That's all you need to do in order to actually stake your BTS. I'm going to show you how to claim it here in just a moment. So you'll want to go to the BeOS.world website and then click on Downloads. That's going to get you to the wallets. This will either open up another tab or window for you, and you'll want to select either Windows, Mac, or Linux, depending on your operating system. Download that file and install it. Now this is the GrayMass wallet. This is the EOS GrayMass wallet. It's one of the major wallets for the EOS system. The creators of the GrayMass wallet were so kind as to add BeOS into their reference wallet, and this will allow you to basically interface with the EOS blockchain as well as the BeOS blockchain. When you first start the software, it may come up with this saying unable to connect. This is the API. If it doesn't happen to be in there, which it should be in there, but if it's not, it's just a api.beos.world. It's obviously HTTPS. Hit connect to server, and then it should bring up a screen. Now, I've already created a couple of accounts in here. If you haven't, this will just be empty. Okay, so if for any reason you need to switch between any of these other ones, these are all different EOS-based chains. If you ever need to find ours, just come right here to BeOS. That's us. Okay, so I'll click on that, and as you see right here, make sure what's going on here. Hold on. I'll click Import Account. It's going to ask to import the private key. Now you want to import the private key of the wallet that you created, right? Remember which one we were talking about in here? So the private key of this wallet right here. So make sure that you do that by going to permissions. And you'll want to click on this key right here. You'll want to enter in your password if it's not unlocked up here, which it isn't anymore. I'm going to pause this and get my key real quick. Now, the private key will start with a 5. Your public key is the BTS one. It will start with a 5 if it's your private key, so you'll know it's the right one. Now, you're going to want to make sure that you grab that and then place it in the software here. And as you see, I am now importing through that. As I just put in my key, it says all of the accounts that I have created with that particular private key lately. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and import all of those accounts. Now, you will have only had one at the time. Keep in mind this. You can have one new BitShares based account on our wallet, and you can create multiple BeOS accounts, and all under the same private key of your BitShares account. I hope that makes sense, but you'll see here in a minute how many accounts I have in here, all under the same one private key from BitShares. So I'm going to go ahead and hit import. It's going to ask me my local wallet password for this particular wallet, because I have a password on this one too, just to kind of have extra security, right? And then I have now imported those accounts. So as you see right here, so I'm not sure why it's saying unknown CBEF. I'll let them know about it. As you see here, I've now been able to tap in here. So I did create a couple of accounts earlier. This is the one that I created in the video, so I'm going to go ahead and hit use wallet. It's going to ask me for my local password. I will type it in. It's going to unlock it, and as you'll see in here right now, this is the screen that you land on. If you go to wallet, you should be able to see. Now, it's not staking anything. You're not going to see any BeOS showing up in here, all right, because no rainfall started yet until the 9th of April. But if you go in here and you look at history, you'll see 2 BTS were received here. So, and if you take a look here, you can kind of flip through here. So let's just say, I went to the Michael account. I sent 1 BTS in. Go to balances. You'll see that there's no rainfall, BeOS rainfall here. I had to reset my application if this looks a little different because I had the beta version on here. So I had to pause it for a minute and do that. But what you'll see now is some of this has changed. So this says BeOS. It said EOS before just because it was beta. You'll see BTS right here. And 1. So I sent over 1, and I have 1 of my balances. I can always send it back because I can send it back, right? Destination account, where's it going to go? Now I need you to be aware that right now, since there is no BeOS in your account, any BTS you transfer into the staking system, even as a test, cannot be removed until after the 9th. Once you have 1 BeOS in this account, you can move it back and forth from BTS chain to here, stake it and unstake it all you'd like, but you do need to have at least a BeOS, a token. So just remember, anything you transfer into this wallet for the rest of the week until the 9th of April 2019 is going to be locked in here, and then after that, on the 9th, once you have any rainfall whatsoever of BeOS, you'll be able to transfer it out. Just keep that in mind, okay? And that is pretty much the entire staking process from start to finish. My screen may have looked slightly different than yours just because the way I did the process. But just go through it. I'll be here for the next couple of days answering questions. If I need to shoot another video, I will. But I just want to make sure that you guys are all set here, okay? I'll talk to you guys soon. And have fun.